Yo, what up? It's Am Moses. This message is for everybody that is from 14, 15, 16 and up. And if you don't know this, by the time you're 25, 26, 27, you need to know this. It's unfortunate, but nobody really cares about you, bro. On a cellular level, what are sales programs to do? Take in electricity, reproduce, breathe, and get rid of waste. That pretty much spells out what human psychology is, bro. We come from cells, and we haven't come far from cells, unfortunately. When you talk to women about your problems, they don't care. They don't care. When you talk to men about your problems, they don't care. Women only care about two things: their children and themselves. They don't care about their lovers. Men only care about two things: their future and the amount of positivity that you can trade with them. Now, yes, I just made that video on having a support system, but at the end of the day, you can only take people so far into your psychology. You do have to be an independent thinker. You have to be a builder. You need more. No, you see what happened when you tried to do that, right? When you just tried to be a righteous human being, have one source of income, have one job, you went to work on time every day, you showed up 30 minutes before you had to clock in and make sure that nobody came in late in your job. No, you can't just do that anymore, because what's going to happen is this: over and over and over and over. You're going to need some kind of income that is going to be passive, something that you maybe even do on the side, a side hustle, if you will. You can't just go to work and clock in, because when you do that, you're making yourself vulnerable. These corporations, look up what the word corporation means. The homeboy Stats, my brother, one of the few people I grew up with, asked me to look that word up. The word corporation, the legal definition of corporation. Okay, that person that they're controlling, whether it be Dollar Tree, whether it be Walmart, whether it be Firestone, that corporation has no emotions. That's the objective, because you can't make money and keep it if you have too many emotions. So people get together, put their bodies and souls together to make sure that they can engineer the most emotionless, disgusting, profitable psychopath that they can. And that's based off of human nature. Business is human. Business is man-made. There's no business in the wild. That's just not how things work. Yes, there's synergetic relationships. Yes, there's parasitic relationships. And you're wise enough. You have enough time in your day to meditate, to get your body looking right. I don't care how many kids that you had or what your genetics look like. You can do it. You can do it. You can surpass your limitations. That's what limits are for, to surpass them, to remind yourself how powerful you are, not how powerful you're not. We got this. All you need to care about is understanding that there is a future for you. And as long as you keep caring about what other people think, there's not going to be anything left for you to care about. What if you cared about what other people thought so much that it made you unhealthy, that you became obsessive, that you became compulsive? And then what if all those people died one day? Which they will, but what if it happened at one time? Then what would you have left? Nothing. So what you need to do is you need to take all that beauty that you have, that you create with your mind constantly, and you need to focus that. You need to harness that energy and focus it on goals. You need to have at least 6 goals that don't feel natural for you to write down. They feel good, but in an unnatural way. Some of my goals include, me posting specific amount of videos a month, me making a specific amount of tracks, laying some bars, me doing a specific amount of push-ups. I want to start working out again because I wasn't doing, I haven't been doing my job. Okay, my body is not having goals, bro. And when you start doing these goals, and when you start accomplishing, let's say you just went through a breakup, when you start doing those push-ups, even if you haven't been in a relationship for years, one of the first thoughts that's going to pop in your mind is, I can even vibrate on the same level as that person because I know this person's at home watching TV, watching Roseanne, trying to be Roseanne, eating a hella cookies, drinking a shake from Steak and Shake, eating cookies. I couldn't even believe I was in a relationship with that person. You're gonna feel your vibe. You're gonna feel your emotion. You're going to mentally and spiritually align yourself with the tribe that you knew that you were supposed to be with. You might even visualize that perfect man or woman or both when you're doing these push-ups or these sit-ups or these crunches, whatever you're doing, or these dips or these squats. Because all that energy, all these images are stored in your muscles. Get that out. Get it out. You got to work this situation out of your muscles. Your muscles have memory. Your blood has memory. Your cells have memory. Your tissue has memory. Get it out. Get it out. It has no place. It has no place. You have to affirm. You have to listen to some good music, whether it be, I personally, for some reason, I like to listen to the R&B and slower music when I work out. When I listen to faster music, it overwhelms me and it activates my adrenaline and other chemicals I don't understand. And sometimes I go too hard, I burn out, and it just doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? But whatever works for you, whatever whatever form of love that you have to show your body, show it. But there's a difference between love and fear. A great difference. You might have a hard day at work, you drink a beer. That's fear. You might feel bad, and after work, you want to cheat on your wife or cheat on your husband. That is fear. That's not love. Drinking water is love. Doing push ups is love. Reading books that are profitable to your existence, that is love. Reconnecting with your ancestors and your living loved ones, that is love. Doing things that are going to create memories, that is love. These things that you make all this effort to try to forget about, or these things that just chemically activate you to forget about them, that's not love. Love creates memories. Love doesn't create love doesn't create regrets. If your love creates regrets, that was never love to begin with. We have inside of all us. Your responsibility is to be is to transcend human nature. Human nature is to be selfish, greedy, reproduce, eat, sleep, and create waste. That's human nature. Without any real emotion. Kingdom you live in, if you want to live in the serpent kingdom or the feline kingdom, that's up to you. The serpent is the most sociopathic animal in animal planet, followed by the feline, the second most sociopathic animal in the animal kingdom. Whatever animal kingdom you want to live in, I choose to live in the kingdom of a man god, of the Pharaoh. I don't choose to live amongst the animals. That's just not my deal. Some people are dogs, some people are horses, some people have a higher emotional capacity than others, some people don't. But it's ultimately up to you. The whole point of spirituality is to be a spirit. It's not to be the greatest animal or the greatest witch or the greatest. People tell me I'm a badass witch. And I can do this to you and I can put this and this and what a mother. I'm like, bro, you're laughable because you're totally forgetting what the whole point of this whole spirituality deal is. That's just like when you meet When you meet people that are in the street and they keep telling you how much clout and love they have, and I'm like, bro, did you not forget the first rule of getting in the street is to get the witches on your team and all the black books and all the spells and all the rapports with all these spirits that you want. But at the end of the day, nobody's gonna remember you. And number two, you're gonna have to come back here and do it again because you were trying so hard to be the most feared or respected human. But at the end of the day, where's your spirit gonna go? Have you transcended human nature? No, because all you care about is yourself and your children, and you're willing to destroy anything for your children to survive. That's as human and as beautiful as that is. That's human, bro. People keep saying, "Well, I'm a spiritualist. When people die, I don't care because I can just channel them and talk to them." Have that same energy when your kids die because you raised them wrong and they joined a gang and they got killed. Have that same energy then. Have that same energy when they introduced you to their friends and you were too drunk to realize that they were high and drunk and they took your kids and drove drunk into a tree. Have that same energy. When somebody does something to you, have that same energy. Don't tell me how great of a human you are. That doesn't interest me because I think you're a buffoon. I think you're an idiot. I think your existence is laughable. Tell me what you did to transcend human energy, human, or the most knowledgeable, or they can't learn anything from somebody that they perceive to know less than them. I think that you're a fool. I think that you're the most foolish person that has been birthed. If you think that you can't learn something from somebody just because they didn't read the same goofy books as you, because they didn't have the same intentions. I don't know. The reason why I started in magic is because I was called to it, not because something bad happened to me, not because somebody violated me sexually. So I needed a way to affect everybody in a way that they couldn't protect themselves because I want to victimize people and I want people to feel the same thing I feel. I don't care if you feel what I feel when you violate me. I know that you're going to feel that eventually. I know that you come from a place where you don't understand this in a little car accident. It's not just going to stop because you got your house broken into. It's not just going to stop because you got CPS called on you. It's going to stop when you understand that you shouldn't have done that. It's going to stop when you understand, whoa, other people feel this. So I probably shouldn't put people in that position either. That's when it's going to stop. That's when it's going to stop. And it might not be this lifetime. It might not be the next lifetime. But it's going to stop when you realize, when you logically realize, or when you emotionally realize, hey, I hurt that person. This must have been what that person felt when I did that one thing to them. That's when it's going to stop. It's not up to it's not even up to the universe, bro. It's up to you. It's not up to me. Some things I can't undo. I'm not a master alchemist. I never claimed to be that. But it's up to you because you're imprinting your karma, not me. Not me. You're imprinting your spiritual DNA, not me. Did I tell you to do that? I didn't. But what happened was when you did that, you affected my karma, bro. To get over something that you did that I shouldn't have to pay for. And now we're both gonna pay for it. And even if you over it, I might not be over it. And you might have that in your karma for forever. Until I get over it. Until we're both over it. So the moral of the story is don't mess anybody over, bro. Do the best, be the best human, be the best God that you can be the best expression of your DNA that you could be the most righteous and moral. If you see somebody drop some money on the floor and that's the exact amount of money you need to pay your bills, give it back to them because they might be the same person as me. The other day, I don't mean to brag or boast or anything. I already made a Facebook page post about it. The other day, I dropped $4 in the store, and I could tell the man who told me that informed me that I dropped $4 was in a financial deficit. He was destitute. So I left out the store. I took $6 out my pocket, walked back in the store, and I told him, "Thank you, bro. You did the right thing. This is $6 for you. You earned that $4 plus two more." And he didn't want to take it. And it really made me want to give him the 20 in my pocket. But I couldn't. And I gave him the $6 and I left out. And guess what happened? I dropped that 20. You know why? Because I should have gave him that 20 instead of the $6. I would have rather gave him the 20 and dropped $6 than gave him $6 than dropped the 20, because I could have, the 20 would have been in his pocket instead of whoever's pocket I put it in. But they may have deserved it more than him. Who knows? But the whole point is, bro, transcend human nature, bro, into rats, into roaches, into sunflowers. Because you want to be human so bad. Why do you want to be human so bad? Why do you want to be human so bad? Human nature is, it is what it is. It's disgusting compared to, if you really transcend it, if you really make real effort to transcend it. Yes, I smoke, I drink, I indulge. I have conversations with my flesh. We party. But when you really take a look at it, when you really look at human nature, when you really look at psychology, all these people want to say the word sheeple depend on social proof. People depend on hypergamy. People depend on currency. People depend on social status. People depend on these specific things. People have instincts. People depend on a lot of things that make them human, but they want to use the word sheeple because they're sheeple. People want to be accepted. People want to be loved. And mostly anything outside of those things is extra, but it's lower. It's not higher. And everybody will, well, I don't need to be accepted and I don't need to be loved. Well, that's because you have mental health issues. You have personality disorder. It's not because you're special. You're not an individual. You're not smart. You're not smarter than anybody else. You're not intellectual. You're none of those things. You're running. You're running in the wrong direction. You're running down the path of mental illness. You could be running down the path of spirituality. I could see that. I could see that. But you're making real effort to be mentally ill because you think it's cool, because you feel like a rebellious teenager. Spirituality is not about being a rebellious teen. No, that's not what it's about, bro. It's about being more. It's about knowing that when certain people leave their vessel, they're not going to go the same place I went. They're not going to have the same opportunities. When they meditate, they don't see the same things I see. When they meet people, they don't have the same impulses that I have. They don't have to have a specific amount of self-control because they don't feel those energies. Okay? That's what it's about. Not being a rebellious teenager, not trying to get everybody's attention with your piercings and your wardrobe. That's not what it's about. It's about being everywhere and nothing. It's about being a creative being. It's about the little amount of effort that you have to put in to your life to be creative. Not, oh, I did this ritual for 70 days and it finally happened after 3 years. That's not spiritual because you're not good at magic, bro. I'm a minimalist. I don't have candles and incense and oils and bells and whistles and atomies and cups and red wine. I don't do that, bro. You think I do that? Sometimes, yeah, for other people when I don't have their energy. But other than that, bro, I haven't done a ritual that intricate and complex in since July. And I rarely do things like that. I could probably count on not on two hands, but that's not my steez, bro. But at the end of the day, man, I'm done with this. I don't even know what this is called, but transcend your human nature, bro. Money's cool, success is cool, powers, women, sex, cars, all that's cool. For them, I mean, I wouldn't know how cool it is, but I'm sure it is. But being a rebellious teenager has nothing to do with spirituality. Saying sheeple and that doesn't make you spiritual, bro. Because look who rules the social norm. The freaking weirdos. The weirdos who got bullied all through middle school and high school. And when they finally got to college, people called him she because she him has on a freaking dress, and now it's a federal offense to call him a her or a her a him or whatever I just said. And there's nothing wrong with transsexuality. I'm just saying that is what this society is based on. The bullies bullying the bullies. That's what it's based on. That's what it's based on. Bullies bullying bullies. The bullies that they never forgave in high school, and they infiltrated freaking Kittyland, Kindercare, and the YMCA, and they brainwashed them to think that what they feel is okay because they're children, and somehow they grew up and they were born in 2000 and they all think the same. I don't agree with a lot of these things that people pull out. The bulliers, the bulliers. I don't agree with it, but if I want to survive, especially in this world, this internet world, when I see a man in a dress with makeup on, I have to call him she or they, or I might not address that person at all if I don't feel like it. If that person's not important for me to have to address or say anything about, then I won't have to say anything. But eventually, we all have to say something. Expression, our expression as is important, bro. It's important. Everybody's expression. I'm not a rapist. I'm not a bully. I'm not gonna make you call me anything or address me anyway, as long as it's not disrespectful. As long as it's not by a lot. My ancestors do not come from the Caucasus Mountains or Europe. It would be morally wrong for me to make you call me or acknowledge me as a white man because my nose and my lips and my immune system reflects that I'm not a white person. That's all I'm saying. So why go against nature? Who knows? But that's it, man. It's Aaron Moses. I want everybody to know I love them. I'm not sending shots subliminally or directly. I don't want anybody to hurt anybody or become hurt or anybody to question their sanity or psychology from all this. I'm just expressing my life. I'm expressing my feelings because that's what I do. That's what I have this platform for, to teach and to express. If I'm not doing one, I'm doing the other. And if I'm not doing neither one of those, I'm impregnating your mother. That's it, man. I'm the bang, you the bang, we the bang together, man. Life is in the breath. All I need you to do is breathe it in, baby. Peace.